Law. Law.
What's up mga Ketchup? In this video, I'll tell you how to find a job in Australia fast. I'll mention things here that has helped me find a job in just 3 weeks upon getting here. If you're new to this channel, I'm Anna and I make videos about life here in Australia every week. So if that's something you're interested in, then consider subscribing. The first half of the video will focus on what are the things that you need to prepare in order to find a job in Australia, and the second half of this video will focus on where to actually find these jobs in Australia. First part, what you need. I just have my notes here. If you're already in Australia and you're just looking for a job, then this is a video for you. I'll make another video for those who are based somewhere else or from another country and want to enter into Australia and work here. Number 1, you need a TFN or an ABN. TFN stands for tax file number and ABN is the Australian business number. You need these things in order to legally work in Australia. For the Filipinos, it's like our TIN number. So to apply for it, a TFN or ABN, you just have to apply online, register online, and they'll be sending you a letter or your actual TFN or ABN number in just a week or 2 via mail. I got mine in just a week, so it's really convenient and easy to get a TFN. Number 2, you need to open a bank account. It's so easy to open a bank account here in Australia, particularly in Sydney. I remember being able to open my own account in just an hour or so. For me personally, I just brought my passport and I just filled up their form and everything was done for me right then and there. The most popular banks here are the Commonwealth Bank or CommBank and ANZ. Number 3, you need to have multiple versions of your resume. What do I mean by this? I don't know about you, but like for me, I'm kind of a jack of all trades, so there's a lot of things that I can do that are totally different from one another. Like I can do project management, I can do marketing, I can do dev, and what I was used to do was to put all of my credentials in one piece of resume, and it just kind of shows how varied my skills are. But you have to make a specific resume for a specific industry. For example, you have to have a resume for your skills towards marketing and another resume as a programmer. So you can use different resumes in applying for different industries and companies. Don't ever try to submit a resume with all your credentials there, because that will just lower your chances of being accepted. They're just interested with whether you are fit for the job, and they don't care if you can do this thing or that or whatever. I can make another video about building a resume specifically for a work in Australia. Just comment down below if you want to see that video. Second part, where to find a job. Number 1, you can find jobs through crowdsourcing apps like Airtasker, Uber or Uber Eats, Sidekicker, etc. etc. I personally tried Airtasker. So Airtasker is basically Uber, but instead of picking up someone, people actually post tasks that they need to get done, like cleaning houses or repairing something or furnishing a report. So I've personally tried cleaning houses, and they do pay a fair amount of money. So like I was able to clean up a 2-bedroom flat for $100. So it's not too much, but if you need a quick source of income, then Airtasker could work for you. But To be honest, it's kind of hard to start up with Airtasker because it works on a rating system. So of course, obviously at the start you won't have any stars or ratings yet, and people from Airtasker choose those who have high rankings already, so it's hard to work your way up. In fact, when I started with Airtasker, it took me a month before I could get my first ads. So just a caveat there. You can also try to be an Uber or an Uber Eats driver. You can drive a car, which will be quite difficult for those who are just on a student visa, but you can also use a bike to deliver food. So if you enjoy biking, if you enjoy going around the city, then this might work for you. For Uber Eats, I made some research. I'm not sure if this is true, but you can earn as much as 8 to 12 AUD per hour. It's kind of low compared to having a formal job, but it's something you can start with. Number 2, Gumtree. I would recommend Gumtree over Seek and Indeed because it's easier to find a job in Gumtree because these are from small to medium enterprises, unlike in Indeed or Seek where these are multinational companies we're talking about. And in Indeed and Seek, they automate their hiring process so that when you submit a resume, they only check for a specific kind of keyword. So if your resume is not well made, there's a lower chance for you to get any job from Seek or Indeed. And it's really competitive there. Unlike in Gumtree, these are local companies, small companies, and these are actual people who will go through your resume. Number 3, university portals. If you're studying in Australia, it is more likely that your university or your uni will have some sort of a career portal where they will post jobs, part-time jobs for students, and it's basically easier to apply there because it's less competitive, because you're only competing against the people inside your school. Or maybe you can just ask a friend who's studying in uni and ask them for an access to their portal. So these are the things that has helped me to find a job in Sydney in just 3 weeks upon getting here. I do have to admit it's really hard to find a job in Sydney, particularly because the jobs here are becoming, the labor force here are becoming more and more competitive each day, and the labor costs are going so high that the companies and industries in Sydney are opting to they'd rather automate their processes than hire someone to do it manually for them. So that's just a caveat. That's just a quick video. These are just things that are on top of my mind that might help you find a job in Australia. I'm gonna end the video here. If you like this video, just comment below the things that you want to learn more about working here in Australia. And if you like this video, click like and don't forget to subscribe. Bye guys.